By seeing the Gaint monster, which is at least 5 times bigger than the werelion, everybody was stunned. Everybody was very afraid by seeing this monstrous thing. But the captain spoke up and helps the others to regain their senses. He told the other to continue the battle and advised them not to get in the attack ring of the beast. He asked Okita for the details of the monster. As Okita looked at the device, he couldn't find the details of the monster. Then he starts to find the closest monster attribute that matches with the dungeon boss. He gets that the dungeon boss matches with a basilisk monster. He tells this to the leader. By hearing this, the leader said as basilisk is a poison-type monster, so this boss will also have something similar. He told the members to be careful about its poison, and also said that it has a through outer skin which is likely to deflect most of their attacks. He then orders the A-rankers to attack simultaneously and told the shield team to activate a barrier that is 3 times stronger than before. He also tells Okita to stand back with the trump card in his hand. The monster takes the attack stand and run towards them. The shield team activated the barrier, but it was of no use and it breaks with a simple slash from the monster. By this time, the 2 elite members along with the leader activated their skill cards. The 3 skill land on the dungeon boss successful, but the boss was unscathed from the triple attack. The boss then attacks with its tail and make the shield team members fly away. By seeing this, Noguchi again attacks the monster with his flame sword skill and was able to make the monster fall back. The leader then orders all the members to withdraw and fall back of the floor entrance. As everybody fall back, successful, the leader told that this is the time that they need Okita's power. The leader asked Okita if he is ready to use the card, as to this card he has to get closer to the monster alone. Okita says that he is ready. By hearing this, the leader smiles and said that he was the one who chose him, and now he thinks that he did the correct thing choosing him. He also said to Okita that he counts on him. The leader then told the others that as Okita approaches the monster, the elite members will support him. As the planning was done, Okita rushes towards the monster, and the members starts their attack, while the 2 elite members were attacking the monster. With their skill card, the shield team members also didn't sit back, and attacks the monster with the mana. Guns, Okita dodged from all the monster's attacks and was able to get closer. He then activated the gate card. The card starts to glow and starts to radiate red light. Okita thinks that the card is working, but suddenly the ground under his feet breaks and he starts to fall. As he falls, he hits the ground. Lucky, he didn't get any major injury. He gets up and looks at the surroundings. He sees that all the other teammates says why. He was the only one that fall while everyone is above. He also begs the leader to tell him that's going on. By hearing this, the elite members along with the leader starts to laugh by saying that he actually fell for that. Okita was so confused he was not understanding any things. The leader speaks up and said that the card he gave him was not an attack type. Rather, it is a trap card. Once it is activated, the ground under the feet collapses, trapping the user and the opponent. The leader also says that this is the only SRT strategy to kill the boss monster, as it has a high defense. They cannot defeat it while attacking its outer skin, so the only possible way is to attack the monster mouth, when the monster opens its mouth to eat its Piri. He also says that he was the one to delete all the information of the dungeon boss from the tablet, so that Okita could not get any idea about the boss and he will be the meal of the monster. In the meantime, the monster gets up from the rumble and noticed Okita and slashes his back with its big nails. Okita starts to bleed from the wounds he received. The monster then opens its mouth wider to eat Okita, but as Okita runs, the monster lost interest in him and looks at the other members. By seeing this, Noguchi activated his flame sword skill and attacks the monster. The flames from the skill also affects Okita, so he requests him to stop his skill. The flame was so intense that the surrounding air gets hotter. As the skill gets over, Noguchi is going to again activate the skill, but the leader stops him as the monster was about to launch its attack. By seeing that the monster is about to attack, Okita gets scared and takes his coat and lay on the ground by covering himself with the coat. As the monster launched the attack didn't get to Okita, rather it gets upwards because of the hot air. It rise up and was about to affect the other members, so they goes away by seeing this. By seeing this, Okita gets behind a rock and thinks as the 10th floor breaks, so they are currently at the 9th floor. He remembers that there is a passage in the 9th floor, so he starts to look for it. After a while of searching, he finds the passage and quickly runs towards it. The monster noticed him and start to walk towards him. He's successful, gets inside the passage, but was very exhausted from the injuries he got. As he walks inside the passage, he comes to know that there is a dead end. He lost all of his hope, but a miracle happens to him when he places his left hand on the wall and a gap opens, and he saw a bright light coming from the other end of the gap, but he didn't know how to open it. In the meantime, the monster breaks the roof of the passage and gets its head inside. Okita gets hits from the falling ceiling and falls on the ground. As the monster was about to launch its breath, Okita spread out his hand for the gap and shouts to open, and lucky the gap opens with an immense bright light. As Okita sees the bright light, he gets transferred into a different place, and as he reached the place, he faints away. After some time, he gets up and was amazed to see that he is still alive. He then looks around and found himself in an unfamiliar white room. He looks around and was shocked to see that the entrance and the dungeon boss is also gone. He then looks on the floor and sees the same pattern on the floor that is on the gate card. At the same time, he also feels that the entire room is filled with dense mana. He sees a bright light that is coming from the center of the room, so he becomes curious and starts to walk towards the light. As he reached there, he saw an altar, and as he placed his hand on the altar, a voice spoke up, but it was in a different language which was unknown for him. After some adjustment, the voice starts to spoke up in Japanese and asked if he desire power. By hearing this, Okita remembers about the betrayal he gets from the elite member and gets angry and told the voice to give him all the power it has. After the altar confirms the Okita's word, a blue light surrounds his body and starts to scan his body. As soon as the scan is completed, the wounds in Okita's body starts to heal and his eyesight also gets enhanced. The altar then says that. Now Okita's card will be exchanged with a higher card, but Okita didn't have any card in his card holder. A Awakener can only have one gate card, but as Okita exchanged his potion card with a one-time use TARP card, so he currently has no card. Okita feels hopeless as he has no card to exchange, but this time his luck shines, and a bug happens in the altar, and the blue color altar starts to turn dark purple and starts to shot purple lightning. As time goes, the purple lightning gets bigger. By seeing this, Okita starts to run, but a lightning hits him and he falls on the ground. After a while, as he gets up, he sees that all the lightning is gone, but the altar has turned into a dark purple color. He goes towards the altar and asked it, where is the card that it will give him? As Okita says this, he feels a shake from his card holder. He then draws a card from his card holder. It was a gate card that he has never seen before. As he was looking the card closely, suddenly lots of cards come rushing out from his card holder and stops in front of him floating in the air. He was shocked to see that. But then he thinks that this all happens because of the bug. He thinks maybe all of the cards are trash. So he pulls his hand towards one card and touches it. As soon as he touched the card, a purple lightning hits him and he gets a huge headache. In his head, he gets all the information of all the cards. After he gets all the information, he takes a gate card which has a twin dragon picture drawn on it. He then shouts the card name, Jet Black Twin-Headed, Dragon Schwarz Doppeldrache, and activate it. As he activated the card, a huge, twin-headed black appears. By seeing the dragon, he feels that the rank of this card is much higher than an A-rank card. The dragon then launched its attack, which was so powerful that it breaks the ground. By seeing this attack, he gets a bit tense and thinks that if all the cards are this powerful. So he picks some cards, such as Magic Bullet Master, Barret Benodza, Silver Archer, Weissaber Bornschütze, Vortex of Raging Distorted Earth, and activated all of them together. He was amazed to see the destructive power of these cards, so he thinks that whether it is the dungeon boss or the elite members that throw him away, he can defeat all of them.